every day. So I'm happy to introduce you to Sara Swisher, my friend.
Thank you, everybody. Feels really good to be out of the gym and in regular clothes. So I own my own business, but I also work, that business is a home-based business, so I'm either in my gym clothes at the Y or in my yoga pants on my couch. So I feel really dressed up tonight, so thank you for that opportunity. It was also nice to not hear Mom in the middle of dinner. So I'm honored to be speaking to you this evening to tell my Y story. But in order to tell you that, we have to start before I ever stepped into the Y. 11 years ago, I was a new wife, new mom, and was happy and optimistic about everything. But before my oldest daughter turned 1, my world was turned upside down. My mom was diagnosed with stage 4 renal cell cancer. My role turned very quickly into wife, new mother, and part-time caretaker, as my father was still working full-time, an hour away from our hometown. I knew what medication she needed when, and was by her side as much as I could be. It was a very difficult but short battle. She was diagnosed at 44 years old in September, and we lost her in May. From then, it was several years of heartache, overeating, and trying to deal with the pain of losing her. In 2012, I had just given birth to my twins, and we moved to Hughesville, and it seemed like a fresh start. I was the heaviest I had ever been, and knew I needed to make a change. I was now a mother of 3, 2 daughters, and a son. I reconnected with an old friend who was teaching at the YMCA. From then, I started to slowly consider going, but I came up with every excuse why I couldn't. I was working full-time, I had 3 kids, and every other reason why you can't get to the gym. But then I really started to think about my kids, especially my girls. I wanted them to take time for their health, as that's something I did not experience as a child watching my own mom. She was always naturally thin, a size 8, and I could count on one hand the times I saw her exercise. She did not eat the healthiest, was a smoker, and died at 44, as we already know. It was then that it hit me. I don't care if I'm always this size, but I will show my children that I tried to be healthy and made exercise a part of my life, that I tried not to just take care of everybody else, but myself too. In 2013, I walked into the Eastern Lycoming YMCA. I was so nervous walking through those doors, but not as nervous as I am right now. I didn't have a clue what I was doing. I feared the judgment of being the fat girl at the gym, but I chose this place because my friend was teaching a class. I sheepishly made my way through the group exercise room and took a spot in the back corner where no one would notice me, and I couldn't see myself in the mirror. I used to joke with my friends about my little corner in the back of the room and how I would never leave it. As hard as it was, I stayed with it. Yes, there have been times I hated it. I wanted to give up. I missed months at a time, especially when I became pregnant and gave birth to my 4th child, because I wasn't very busy enough. But eventually, I made my way to the front of the class and made sure I could see myself in the mirror to check my form. I took Ladies Who Lift with Megan and fell in love with weightlifting and feeling strong. Then, doing the shred program with Elisa, after 10 years, I finally got back into my pre-kid genes and really started forming friendships that felt like family at the YMCA. As I kept coming to the Y, I kept seeing advertisements for the Live Strong at the YMCA, and I felt a tug. It wasn't until my mom's birthday, a day where I spend time with friends and get a pedicure, her favorite indulgence, when it all fell into place. Elisa and I went to lunch and laughed, talked about my mom and cancer, and she looked at me and said, "I think you need to be a Live Strong trainer." I said, "Me too." 2 months later, I started training my first group of survivors, who are like family to me as well. Since then, I've also been helping out, subbing for group exercise classes, and teaching progression to the seniors. It was such a wonderful day walking into that same group exercise room to teach a class. If you had told me all those years ago that I'd been out of my corner and in the front of the class teaching it, I would have laughed in your face. The day where it really hit home for me was when I had a Live Strong alumni send me a text message. She said that although she had metastatic breast cancer, that the Live Strong program had changed her life. That the program had increased her energy and her stamina, and that she was now joining the Williamsport YMCA, and taking classes there. My favorite part of my Y story is now being an instrumental part of other Y stories. Thank you to the Eastern Lycoming YMCA, the Live Strong at the YMCA program, for becoming a part of my story. And I leave you tonight with this quote from a song my mom always told us to listen to when she was sick. It's from Bob Marley's song, Three Little Birds, and it rings true to my story. Don't worry about a thing, because every little thing is going to be all right. Thank you.